Folks, we tend to gloss over these things after we mention them and move on to the next thing. But this ruling from the White House, employers required to certify to the IRS under penalty of perjury that the waiver was not a motivating factor in their hiring and firing decisions. So in other words, to avoid Obamacare costs, you have to promise, you have to swear under oath that you're not trying to avoid Obamacare costs. And everybody's trying to avoid Obamacare costs. That's why they're being waived. They're punitive. My friend Andy McCarthy wrote about this. He did it great. Think about how lunatic this is. There is nothing even faintly illegal about businesses making financial decisions based on tax consequences. They do it every day. Remember, notwithstanding Obama's misrepresentations to the contrary, Obamacare mandates are taxes. The Justice Department argued that, and Chief Justice Roberts agreed. The mandates requiring you to buy a product were called taxes by the Supreme Court in order to claim that all of this is above board and constitutional. The federal government, the Commerce Clause, cannot mandate that citizens buy a product or service. And so the regime said, well, we're not doing that. We're levying a tax. And the Supreme Court agreed. And so Obamacare is just a series of taxes, really punitive taxes. And businesses have been trying to figure out how to do their best in avoiding as many of them as possible, which is standard operating procedure. No responsible person running a business of any size would fail to take all of these Obamacare taxes into account in making the decision how to staff the company. And if you have an opportunity to avoid these punitive taxes for 3 more years by having fewer than 100 employees, you're going to damn well do it. And because Obama knows that's going to happen, he's come along and told them they can't do it just because he says so. And furthermore, if they do it, they have to swear to the IRS that they're not doing it because of anything having to do with him. Welcome back. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB network. Half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair. This attempt to criminalize normal, everyday, standard, responsible business decision-making is outrageous. And that is exactly what's going on. Barack Obama and all of his supporters and the entire administration now attempting to criminalize standard, ordinary, everyday, intelligent business decision-making. Where what is really illegal and irrational is not what a company does to limit its costs. That's smart. A company must limit its cost. Profitability is how you stay in business. It's how you keep people employed. It's how you provide them health care. What's illegal in spades is Obama's edict. Now look what comes with this illegal edict from the one. Criminal prosecution. If Obama's Justice Department, i.e. Eric Holder, decides that a business has falsely certified that its staffing decision was not motivated by Obamacare. Criminal prosecution. Now stop and think about something here, folks. The waiver itself is illegal. Not willy-nilly go in and say that paragraph is not going to apply for 3 years, that paragraph's not going to apply for 5 years, that whole section over there isn't going to apply until next summer. He cannot do that, but that's what he's doing. The waiver in the first place is illegal. Extending the waiver to 2016, delaying the implementation of the mandate, whether you like it or not. The law is the law. He cannot change the law on a dime, on his own whim, not legally. So to start with, the waiver is illegal. The extension of delaying the mandate is illegal. It turns upside down the language of the Obamacare statute, under which the employer mandate is required already to have been implemented by now. There is nothing in the law that lets Obama waive the mandate. There is certainly nothing in the law that allows him to attach further lawless circumstances to this lawless waiver. We are so far over the line of legality here that many people have lost sight of the original line of legal and illegal. We are so far past it. And he's out there proclaiming his illegal waiver with impunity. He's just up there like a king. I'm going to delay this. You know what? I'm going to delay it for 3 years. And you know why? Because I don't want to hurt my party in November. He's just announcing he's going to delay this thing for 3 years, and then on top of that attaches illegality to people who then govern their businesses as a result of the waiver. Attended lecture by Lady Margaret Thatcher. And the subject of her lecture was the rule of law. And sometime later, I found myself, fortunately, sitting right next to her at a dinner party. And she was still on the subject months later. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately, because that's what's gone by the wayside here. The one thing, and there are many things, but the one thing that really sets us apart and has is the natural respect for the law that everybody has had. The rule of law. I mean, they're individual law breakers, don't misunderstand, but the responsible portion of our population that makes the country work is respects the rule of law. Institutionally, fundamentally understands, maybe even not specifically, but they understand the importance of respecting the rule of law and the limits. And don't forget something very crucial. I want to go back and remind you of something I read in a book Daniel Hannan, the British member of Parliament, wrote. One of the great differences between us and the Europeans. Europeans believe that everything is illegal until a government makes it legal. We don't. We grow up, we're born, our culture is everything is legal until we pass laws making something illegal. It's a huge difference in the mindset. When you start out thinking everything is illegal, and the only thing that makes something legal is from some president, king, state, what have you, you're already a prisoner. You already have given up every ounce of freedom that you are innately created with. Another thing that has set the United States apart. Now, what is it that makes us proclaim something illegal? It hasn't been dictatorial leaders. It hasn't been statists. It hasn't been tyranny. It has been a combination of religion, common law, natural law, and cultural experience, which has given us our legal code. tried and true. It's given us the definitions of our institutions. You know, what is marriage? Sorry, it is a union of a man and a woman. Just the definition. That's anything that's not man and a woman cannot be marriage. It may be something else, but it isn't marriage. You can claim it is, you can say it is, but it isn't. Rule of law is what has gone by the wayside. And what is so profoundly disturbing here is that the one person who takes a specific oath to defend the Constitution, to protect the Constitution, to defend the laws of the United States, and to enforce the laws is the one bastardizing them. The rule of law is disintegrating before our eyes. And because it is happening at such an unprecedented scale, we are getting into big trouble real fast. Things are going very bad, really fast. It's getting worse faster than anybody thought, even after Obama won in 2012. As such, nobody knows what to do. The very fabric, the very rule of law, that is the glue that's held the country together, our culture, society together, is just being obliterated. It's not actually disintegrating. It's under assault. It's being attacked.
I'm sure I'm not supposed to, but sorry, we're breaking protocol here.
I didn't. You're always the president.
That's all right. That's the good thing about being president. I can do whatever I want.